welcome kings and queens. Today we are talking to Tamika and LaTocha Scott. I thought the drama would be over at the end of the SWV and xscape cycle. I thought, you know what? They're going at it. Things are surely going to die down, but it seems like things are just ramping up. Y'all, the judge has issued and approved a temporary protection order for Tamika Scott to block Rocky, which is her sister, LaTocha Scott's husband, from having access to her. It is being alleged, and we can almost say factual, because once you get a temporary restraining order or a temporary protection order, you have to come with some hell of a receipts, right? So is it really alleged if the judge has approved it? Because the judge said not today. So this girl has had to go out and take out a temporary protection order against her brother-in-law, whom has been reported to be somewhat, I'm going to lean out there, infatuated and obsessed with this girl since the early 2000s. That's a problem. That's a real problem. And it's giving for my man. It's giving obsessed, and it's giving somewhat off Rocky, because if we go back to the early 2000s, LaTocha is the older sister. Could it be that you've always had something for this girl as a younger sister, and now it's grown into resentment and hate, and now you want to hurt this girl for living her life and living her truth? Y'all, if this ain't crazy, I don't know what is. Check it out. It's a very short and brief recording. Give me your thoughts on it. And then I'm going to come back and just share a few of my thoughts regarding LaTocha. What the hell are you thinking? For those of you who are just tuned in, or if you're new to the channel, welcome to the palace. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of hot topics specific to reality television, but most importantly, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience.
I'm just going to go and say it. I did a temporary TPO order on my sister and her husband because I was getting threats. I was getting text messages. He even said threats I felt live when he said I lied on him and you don't do that to me, or you got to deal with what comes with that. So I don't take certain things lightly. So I did a temporary TPO order, and the judge granted it to me based on the evidence that I presented. I was granted the TPO order on them. So when you say, can we get back together? It's a TPO order out because he's threatening me. And a lot of people, this is crazy. This is where it gets crazy. The TPO order protects me just in case, because he's known to pull out on people. It protects me, and it also protects them because my husband is very quiet. He's at his wit's end. It's not easy.
I can only imagine her frustration, as a woman. If we just, think about as a woman, the threats that are coming in consistently since how long? For a number of years, if we think about and we track some of the historical context that she's given us between her relationship being rocky, between Rocky and her sister, threats of revealing the same thing that Martel is threatened to do, revenge P. And then following up with physical threats. And we know he carries a weapon. We know he's known for pulling a weapon, and things have gotten so bad, right? You've allegedly taken this girl money. You've tried to hack into her phone many, many years ago, which is why I say obsession, right? So just as a woman experiencing all of that from a man that is with another woman, a man that just refuses to back off, and then compile that with the man that's married to your sister, a man that you have to see. Well, you really don't, to be honest with you. You don't have to see him anymore, and I'll get to that in a minute. But a man that's married to your sister, because at this way, there is no playing nice. If you've threatened my life and I've had to go down and the judge has approved a temporary protection order, if you just pause on the word protection, that's pretty serious. No, it's no kumbaya. There's no family reunion. There is no Thanksgiving. You are going to stay the hell away from me because you have just made a call on my life. And I know that if I run into you, there's a chance, a 50-50, maybe 75-25 chance that you may attempt to deliver on your threat which the judge believes could possibly happen because she has that protection order. And my sister has the nerve to sit back and participate in this saga, this drama? LaTocha, what the hell is wrong with you? What is going on with you, sis, that you would even allow a man year after year over the course of I don't know how many years to focus on your sister like that? He's looked at her sex tape. Is your self-esteem that low that you would even sit back and feel comfortable that this is happening to your sibling? And y'all, these ain't no everyday siblings. These are siblings that have sang together, that have traveled together, that have been had to be there for each other through thick and thin, right? Just by way of what they do professionally for a living. Whereas you or I, if we get tired of our siblings, we were not in business with them, right? I don't have to go on tour with you. I don't have to step on a stage with you. So for everyday normal people, we can create a little bit of space. We can disconnect for a little bit. But these girls have been, joined at the hip since a very early age by way of singing. And you, LaTocha, allow this man to make those type of threats on your sister's life, knowing that things could get really heated and somebody could get seriously hurt, including your own sister, including your own husband. Because let's just pause, because for some reason I'm feeling like Rocky. Or maybe you guys have made Rocky feel like he's the big bad wolf in town. There's somebody for everybody, baby. And my mom used to say the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And maybe you just ain't ran up on the right one, Rocky. Maybe you just ain't ran up on the right one. And your ability to be able to carry a weapon has given you too much bravado, has given you too much of a false sense of confidence and safety. You see what I'm saying, LaTocha? Your husband ain't the only Billy Badass that's walking the streets, and you are willing to take that chance and sit there and allow a man to do that. Sis, you ain't ish to me. He ain't ish, and neither are you, right? Because at some point you step in with your authority, your power, and your influence as a wife, and you say, hold up. You can't talk this Negro down? Okay? So now if you can't beat him, you're going to join him and you're making threats to your sister. Y'all, this is crazy. And it's my hope that nobody gets hurt, because I'm with Tamika. I would not take any threat on my life lightly. I would take it very seriously. But this is a very dangerous game to play when you are dealing with grown men, right? That will do anything. And I'm not talking about Rocky. I'm talking about Tamika's husband. Now, a grown man, Rocky, you better be very careful. You putting this man in a very compromising position where it's going to be either you or his family. And I guarantee you, most men will not allow you to harm and or make threats to their family. Y'all, this is bad. They're having to create a paper trail just in case this lady's husband has to protect his wife and ensure that she is not harmed in any shape, form, or fashion. That's a very dangerous game to play. I'm sorry that this is happening to Tamika Scott. LaTocha, you have lost your mind. You have lost your mind if you think it's okay to I don't give a damn what has happened between the two of you. At some point, enough is enough, where you kind of tap your husband on the shoulder and you reel him in. He stays embarrassing you. He stays bringing negative attention, negative press to you. And yet you sit there idle and supportive like a proud parent, clapping from the stands. It ain't that much damn love in the world, y'all. I'm sorry, where I would allow a man, much less my husband, to issue a threat on another woman's life, including my sister. Now you got to go. So LaTocha, I don't know. Maybe that's why your record sales are failing, because God don't bless mess. And it seems like this is getting really, really messy for you. I really hope things work out before they fall apart and somebody gets seriously hurt. But what are your thoughts, y'all? What do y'all think about this drama that's unfolding? This is absolutely crazy to me.